This is my new little drum sander from Jet Tools. It's the 1020, so means it's got a 10-inch wide drum. It's open-ended so that you can run a board through, spin it around, run it through again, and have up to a 20-inch sanding surface. But I want you to see something. See how this is wrapped on here? You see the gap here? Okay. Sanding strip that's on there is straight from Jet Tools. They're ready to wrap abrasive. According to them, it's perfectly cut. According to them, it's perfectly measured. According to them, when you wrap this on, once you get this end in here and lined up with that notch right there, you should be able to do this. Just wrap it nice and tight right at the edge of the drum, and keep that wrap nice and tight with no gap or a very small gap, and go all the way around the drum and just keep on going. Keep it nice and tight like that, and you go round and round, and you finally get to the other end where you can attach it. I'll put my little prop back in here. And you end up with the last or first inch of the drum completely uncovered. There is no abrasive covering this at all if you wrap it according to the instructions that Jet Tools sends, using their perfectly cut, perfectly dimensioned, ready to wrap abrasive. Don't fall for it. It's bullshit. If you want this abrasive to work, yes, start out with your taper right on the edge, just like you're supposed to. And once you start getting to here, put about a 3/8 gap in there. And keep that gap at about 3/8 all the way around. And you will eventually get right here to the edge of your drum. And you'll have the surface covered. Alright? It'll work. It's not good, and if you don't get this end properly anchored in here just right, get that just perfect, if there's a little bit of a bulge right here, when you run your material through, you're going to rip the belt right there, and it's going to come loose, start flapping around inside here, and make a lot of noise, and it's just not good. I blew through 2 of these belts yesterday before I finally got fed up, and did some calculations, did some measurements, and found out that this belt is, 1, not long enough, 2, the tapers are wrong, those things combined will cause you issues. So, I cut my own belt. I cut it out of this roll of 220 grit, cut it exactly according to the instructions given in the operator's manual. The taper from start to finish, according to the manual, is supposed to be 15 3/4 of an inch. And that goes from edge to edge. Okay? That measurement is wrong. The correct measurement is actually about 16 inches. Actually, I use 16 1/16 of an inch for the measurement. To get the length, I cut this end first, clamped it in, wrapped it, kept wrapping until I got to this end, and then I marked it at this end. Okay? By that point, I had a lot of overlap over here. I could just put a pencil in here along the edge of the drum and mark the abrasive strip. That gave me the perfect angle for this side. And then I had to cut a little bit of a notch right in here so that it would go down inside there. That's not a problem. I got a perfect length. I covered the drum from end to end. I'll show you that right now. I use this pine board as just a prop to keep the drum from spinning on me while I'm doing this. Take that out. For this end, the latch is buried so far in there that it's kind of hard to get to with your thumb. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just use this stick and press the lever up. It's easier that way. So here's my custom cut wrap. You can see the end here, a little bit different. So I'll get my stick here and I'll prop this up. And I'll put my end in here and I will keep feeding it until I'm lined up with the little notch in the drum right here. Pull my prop out, and just like in the book, wrap it nice and tight to the edge. Keep going nice and tight, and now I'm right up against no gap. I'm covering the whole drum. Now I'm up here at the next latch. Put my prop in there. Here's the end I cut. Slide this in here. Get it as deep inside as possible. Just stuff it on in there. Release the latch, it puts tension on it. I end up with a little bit of a gap here because I didn't quite cut this notch the way I wanted it. I can recut that later, but as you can see, the entire drum's covered. Almost no gap. It's the correct length. It's the correct angle. Custom cut. Jet tools, abrasives. The abrasive itself is fine. The way they cut the wrap sucks. It's bad quality, it's bad engineering, it's just, it's junk. So anyway, that's my rant on Jet Tools ready to wrap this stuff. Right here, ready to wrap abrasive. It is, yeah, it's ready to wrap. It doesn't fit, and Jet Tools should be ashamed. Alright, I hope you got something out of this. If you feel like it, go ahead, like and subscribe, or dislike and subscribe, or just leave a comment, and I'll make another video on measuring and cutting your own wraps, but not this one. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks, folks.